to Dr. Shafizan and everyone watching this video. I am Zahirah and I'm very excited to share with you a country that I have been doing research on and doing readings on, which is Djibouti. So Djibouti is a very small country with a big personality, and its media landscape is shaped by its people, history and unique challenges. So let's dive in. Number one, let's start with the basics, right? So Djibouti has about 1 million people, most of whom live in the city. So the population is made up of Somali, which is known as Isa, and Afar ethnic groups. And nearly 94 of the population are Muslim. So this has a huge impact on their social norms and media content. So the official languages are French and Arabic, but Somali and Afar are also spoken in the country too. So there's actually a very rich linguistic diversity in how they communicate and consume media. So now about the history, right? So media in Djibouti has roots in its colonial past under the French rule, which has influence in its language and structure. Because I mentioned before, one of the primary languages in the country is French and Arabic, right? So the French Revolution or French colonization, if I can say it correctly, has very huge impact in this country. So after the independence, right, in 1977, the government took a strong control on media, which is a very big change for the country. So over time, there have been reforms, especially in 1990s, which allowed a little space for the private media, but the government still has a tight grip, particularly of what they want to broadcast in the country and what they want to be printed. So what makes the Djibouti scene unique? So I think based on my readings, right, one of the most in the Djibouti is one of the most, the media is state control. What do I mean by that? There's a national newspaper, La Nation, and state-run TV and radio dominates. The private media is limited, right, as I mentioned before, because almost everything is run by the government or the state. So it's rare to see opposition viewpoints, which is kind of bad or biased in there. But on the brighter side, the Djibouti is located at its global shipping crossroads, so which makes it a point for interest in international media. And the media reflects linguistic diversity, as mentioned before. There are like 4 main languages spoken in the country, and the linguistic diversity which affects the broadcast in Arabic, Somali, alongside print and French. Number 4, I would like to touch on social media. So social media is where the things get interesting. So platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp are very popular in the Djibouti, especially among the young people. It's space to connect, share news, and talk about social political issues. But it's not all smooth sailing. There's a government monitoring, unfortunately, and people have to be careful about criticizing the authorities. Despite this, social media has become a powerful tool for expression for the people in the Djibouti. Number 6, religion plays a big role in the Djibouti's media. Since I mentioned 94 people, almost 94 of the population are Muslim. The population is Muslim. You'll find a lot of Islamic content, especially during Ramadan. State media broadcast programs about Islam that align with the government views, and community radio stations also discuss about Islamic teachings. However, these two are closely monitored to stay in line with the regulations. Now onto the challenges, right? So the press freedom is one of the biggest issues in the country, although it has the good side which state controls, because you can prevent bad things from happening, but the government controls most of the media, which has a bad effect too. So it's hard for the opposition voices to be heard. Journalists often face harassment or even detention, especially if they report on sensitive topics. This is what, based on my readings when I did research on this country. So especially if they report on sensitive topics, right, like corruption or even human rights abuses. Digital rights are another concern, limited infrastructure in this country. So the limited infrastructure, I mean by high data costs, and the government surveillance make online access difficulty for a lot of people in Djibouti. To sum up, the digital media reflects its unique mix of history, culture, and challenges. While it's very clear that progress is being made in this country, especially with digital and social media, there's still a long way to go in terms of press freedom and accessibility. It's a complex but fascinating picture. So thank you for listening, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.